Welcome to Unity of Hagerstown. We are so glad that you are here with us this morning and on Facebook with us this morning. So we're going to celebrate our light, life, and love that we are. I am the life, you are the life, we are the life. Oh, Yahweh. I am the life, you are the life, we are the life. Oh, Yahweh. I am the life, you are the life, we are the life. Oh, Yahweh. I am the life, you are the life, we are the life. Oh, Yahweh. And we let this life be all it can be. Let the whole world see the possibilities. Trust and let it lead every single day. Every move we make, hand in hand we play with spirit. I am the light, you are the light, we are the light. Oh, Yahweh. I am the light, you are the light, we are the light. Oh, Yahweh. I am the light, you are the light, we are the light. Oh, Yahweh. I am the light, you are the light, we are the light. Oh, Yahweh. And we let this light be all it can be. Let the whole world see the possibilities. Trust and let it lead every single day. Every move we make, hand in hand we play with spirit. I am the love, you are the love, we are the love. Oh, Yahweh. I am the love, you are the love, we are the love. Oh, Yahweh. I am the love, you are the love, we are the love. Oh, Yahweh. I am the love, you are the love, we are the love. Oh, Yahweh. And we let this love be all it can be. We'll let the whole world see the possibilities. Trust and let it lead every single day. Every move we make, hand in hand we play with spirit. I am the light, you are the light, we are the light. I am the light, you are the light, we are the light. I am the love, you are the love, we are the love. Do that again. I am the light, you are the light, we are the light. I am the light, you are the light, we are the light. I am the love, you are the love, we are the love.
And welcome to Unity of Hagerstown. It's so good to see each and every one of you. And for those joining us virtually, we're so happy that you took time out to do so. We're going to begin with an opening prayer. I invite you to join me in this sacred activity as we take a deep breath, letting go of the to-do list, letting go of anything that's keeping us from this present moment. Moving into our heart space, and let us be open, willing, receptive today. Let us give thanks for this beautiful life that we have, this beautiful light that we are, and for the beautiful love that connects us. And so it is. Amen. And if you will join me now in our mission statement together. Unity of Hagerstown, a welcoming community, embraces spiritual awakening through affirmative prayer and meditation, creating a positive path of abundant living for all. And now we have the reading of the daily word with Lois. And as she makes her way up here, just a reminder for those who may not be familiar, the Daily Word is an inspirational daily material that you can find in hard copy or in your email inbox. Okay.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Good morning.
Today's daily word is wholeness. I know I am whole, wondrously made, and a unique expression of the divine. But I cannot truly know wholeness if I become distracted by an experience of illness or thoughts of lack or limitation. I do not resist limiting thoughts. Instead, I let the light of divine understanding dissolve the darkness of spiritual ignorance. Remembering that divine life lives as me, I affirm my body's wholeness, even if I am experiencing illness. Growing awareness of the limitless flow of divine ideas reminds me I have all I need to experience a joyous, abundant life. As I say yes, again and again, to my true spiritual nature, my life becomes an ever-unfolding demonstration of wholeness. And today's scripture verse is from Luke 11:36. If then your whole body is full of light, with no part of it in darkness, it will be as full of light as when a lamp gives you light with its rays. And today's affirmation on the screen, which we can say together, is, as a divine being, I am whole. And we just reflect on that for a minute and let it sink into that heart space. And one more time, we say, as a divine being, I am whole.
Thank you, Lois. And now we have an opportunity to greet our neighbors. And I would like to encourage you to greet our virtual neighbors as well. There's a little spot here that you can stand on. The camera will pick you up really easily. It's a golden box. Come stand on the golden box. I don't know, but it's outlets or something, but it's covered. So again, just a real quick greeting. If you don't want to hug, then make sure that's known to all. Okay.
I'm going to stand.
Stand on the golden box.
I'm going to say hi to January.
Well, hello, Beachy on the golden box. And hi to everybody out there.
Hi to January.
Yes.
And everybody.
So I want to thank you all for being with us today. I hope you can hear me. I know there's a lot of commotion going on in the room, but we love you, we appreciate you, and we would love to see your beautiful faces here. If you're in the area, come by and visit us. No, take away, Lois.
Hi. Welcome.
Just say yes.
Good morning, everyone. God bless.
Helping us through. We sit in the circle and hold this ground in sacredness, this world to bless. We sit in the circle and pass around our thankfulness, our thankfulness.
earth of life. Turn the mic on, might help. So we're continuing today with our August series on the badass women of the Bible, but I gotta tell you, it has morphed into something else. It is morphing into the unnamed of the Bible, because that seems to be what I'm drawn to with this series. Last week, of course, we looked at the woman who had been bleeding for 12 years and reached out to touch the hem of Jesus' garment. And just a gentle reminder that even though people may not remember our names, our story can still impact many, right? So this story that we looked at last week was found in Mark, but it's found in a larger context. Dun, dun, dun. It's a larger story. So here we go. I'm going to try to describe the larger story and insert that smaller story in it. Jairus was an official at a local synagogue, and his daughter was very, very ill. The daughter doesn't have a name. Well, at least not a recorded name. So he went to Jesus after hearing about his healing ministry and begged him to come home and heal his daughter. And on their way to Jairus' home, a crowd had gathered around Jesus because of his healing ministry. I think everybody probably wanted to be healed. And that's when the woman who had been bleeding for 12 years approached him. And when Jesus, after she had been healed, Jesus was telling her, "Go in peace, be well," messengers from Jairus' home came up to them and said to Jairus, "Your daughter has died. There's no reason for Jesus to come." Well, Jesus paid no attention to the messengers, but looked at Jairus and said, "Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Only believe." And so they traveled on to the home where the daughter was. But when they went inside, Jesus only allowed, not the crowd, not all of the disciples, but only James, Peter, and John to go inside with him. Once they got inside, there was kind of mass confusion, lots of wailing and grieving. And Jesus said, "What's all this confusion going on? What's going on here? Why are you crying? The girl is not dead. She is only sleeping." And of course, that was met with disbelief and jeers. Right. They started kind of making fun, I guess, of Jesus. So he kicked them all out of the house. That's one way to deal with it, right? And he took the child's father, Jairus, and the mother, and his 3 disciples, went into the room where the daughter was lying, took her by the hand and said, "Talitha koum," which is, "Young woman, arise." And she got up at once, the gospel says, and started walking around. She was 12 years old. Now, when this happened, everybody was completely amazed, but Jesus said, "Don't tell anybody what's going on here." I don't know how Mark found out, but anyway. So this story, and then Jesus said to the parents, "Give her something to eat. Give her something to eat. Nourish her." So this story may not at first glance look like it's about a badass woman or an unnamed woman, really, but more about Jesus and his miraculous healing ministry, or even about Jairus and his faith. But it got me thinking when I read this the other day. It's like, in most of the healings that Jesus did, he told the one being healed, "Your faith has made you whole." But what about in this case? Maybe the young girl had indeed played a part in this healing. She had been declared dead, it's true, but I believe that it's possible her soul was still in that room, perhaps looking down at Jesus and her parents, looking down at her body. And I think that she made a conscious choice to live, to be healed, to choose to awaken. Now we like to look, okay, I'm not gonna say we. I like to look at things metaphysically, okay? So I'm hoping that you enjoy this metaphysical interpretation too, in which all the characters in this story are within us. They're a state of consciousness, of belief that we're holding. Jairus, whose name literally means one whom God enlightens or enlightenment. Isn't that a great name? Enlightenment. Come over here. Metaphysically, it means a spiritually illumined, ruling thought belonging to the established religious ideas in individual consciousness. When truly enlightened, this thought becomes a radiating center of light. Now, as with a lot of Fillmore writings, we need to unpack this a little bit. So what are we talking about here? Well, I think that we all hold beliefs about our spiritual path, and there may be one that we really practice more than others, like gratitude, the importance of gratitude. So that becomes the ruling thought in our consciousness about our spiritual path, perhaps. Or it could be knowing that we are creating or co-creating with Spirit our life's experiences. That becomes a ruling thought and eventually a radiating center of light within us. So that's Jairus. The daughter is symbolic of our own soul. She's recorded as being 12 years old. Now, the woman from last week who had been hemorrhaging for 12 years came to mind, as did the 12 tribes of Israel, as did the 12 disciples. And it's like 12 is significant here. 12 is symbolic of spiritual fulfillment, or in being filled with the Spirit, if you will. And Jesus, of course, represents our essence, our true self, our higher self, our I am, our Christ consciousness. Now here's where it gets interesting, I think, because I get into this stuff, and I'm hoping I can convey my enthusiasm for this to you. The 12 disciples, we know, symbolize 12 gifts that we've all been given, these powers that are within us that we can really apply in our lives, activate in our lives. James, Peter, and John were the disciples who came into the room with Jesus. James represents that wisdom within. Peter represents our faith ability. And John, our love. So, Jesus, okay, so when our soul is spiritually or full of Spirit, aligned with our Christ consciousness, and we have activated the powers of love, faith, and wisdom, we realize a greater degree of life. We manifest wholeness, okay? So, I think that there was another power used that day, though, that's not listed here, and that's the power of will. I think the girl, whose name we don't know, called upon the power of will. You know, there's a growing body of evidence that consciousness survives death, and I think probably everybody here would agree to that. Was this girl having an out-of-body experience and able to choose to come back in? Maybe. At the University of Virginia, Doug Kenny can tell you all about this. Bruce Grayson, Dr. Bruce Grayson, began his research into near-death experiences back in the 70s, and throughout his career studied over 1,000 cases, documenting the effects of individual attitudes and beliefs and personalities, and his research has shown why these experiences cannot be dismissed as hallucinations or dreams. His research also challenges us to reconsider the relationship between life and death as perhaps being more fluid than what we might have suspected. Talk to Doug after this, okay? So I think Jesus understood this fluidity. because he referred to those who had passed as sleeping. As sleeping. So the young girl chooses to continue life in this human expression at some point while Jesus was there. She chooses to wake up. She chooses to live. And then Jesus asks that she be fed. We need to remember to nourish ourselves, mind, body, spirit. And even before Jesus and the disciples went into the room, what did Jesus do? He kicked out everybody else who was naysaying him. I think that's important for us to realize that we have, most of us have these negative thoughts going on. Maybe it's the inner judge. And we need to just put them aside and focus on our spiritual path. So there's my metaphysical interpretation of that story. We're going to move on though. So life is this divine power that we have. It's the animating principle. It's God as life throughout all of creation. It's that flow of spirit expressing as you, expressing as me, expressing as trees, whatever it is. What we think of as death is not the end of life, but it's really just along the journey, if you will. Reverend Martillowitz, it tells us life is of divine origin. Life is eternal, indestructible, in keeping with the first law of thermodynamics. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. I know I've used that quote before, I just love it so much. So the power of will is within us. We can choose to live fully in this present moment, or we can choose to keep in this trance state, sort of like the walking did, maybe not the walking did, but sleepwalking, you know. It takes courage to move away from the habits that keep us distracted, that keep us numb. It takes courage, and it also takes that power of will within us. Will is that power that gives us, that within everybody, that directs our thoughts, our speech, our actions. It's the power of choice, the ability to select one possibility among many. Now, what we hold in our heart's desire drives the choice. But without will to make the choice, to execute the choice, we probably won't attain it. Charles Fillmore, I think, understood this, and he also taught that at the heart of all humanity is a divine discontent that propels us toward more conscious, intentional, spiritual living. We have the choice to follow this invitation of spirit or not to. You know, eventually we will, I believe, but you know, at this moment, at any given moment, we have that choice. This discontent that is there, that leads to a desire for community, a desire for communion, a desire for connection. And this desire must be linked with that power of will to bring it into our lives. Every thought, every word, every action, as I said, is a choice. When our will is aligned with our inner wisdom, that guidance from within, and also imagination's vision, then we can manifest the desires of our hearts. We can bring that about. For instance, if we are desiring better health, if without the will within to make healthy choices in body and mind and soul, we may not attain it. But if we can imagine it and exercise our will in keeping that thought of wholeness in mind, we can manifest a greater degree of wholeness. Fillmore also says the simple statement, "I will to be well," gathers the forces of mind and body about the central idea of wholeness, and the will holds the center just so long as the I am continues its affirmation. So I think this is what the young girl did. I think she gathered the forces within her as she proclaimed, "I will to live." Now, as with any of the 12 powers that we've been given, there is a disciple that's symbolic of will, and that's Matthew. First known as Levi, he was a tax collector. He wasn't very liked. But his name was changed when he willingly gave up his focus on the outer and followed Jesus. So that lets us know to activate or help activate this power of will within us. We need to not focus so much on the outer, but go within, shift our thoughts to within. Another aspect of will is commitment. Staying on a particular path, being committed to saying yes to that still small voice. And this is also what harnesses that spiritual power to us. When we call upon that power of will, Martellowitz tells us we free our brains from vacillating unproductively. The energy that earlier dissipated in indecision now is directed toward being on the path. Just think of all that energy we could focus on that. Yeah. Again, I'm speaking for myself. So an interesting thing about commitment is it keeps us focused on the present moment. It keeps us on that, what is mine to do here and now, instead of looking at the past and now I should have done that, I could have done that. So it helps us in many different ways. It doesn't erase the past, but it moves our focus from it. So we can state, I will to be well, I will to follow this path, I will to follow my guidance. It's not a promise that we're making to ourselves, but really a decree. We are proclaiming it. I will it be done. Commitment keeps us on the path when we have those mornings when we may not feel like doing the meditation or whatever it is, or where we fall momentarily back into old behaviors. Commitment brings us back to the path. It helps us. We decree we will give thanks. We will set time aside daily for our spiritual path. We will take a walk. And instead of just making it kind of a wishful thought, see it as a decree that you are making. I will take a walk today. I will shine my light today, for I am willing. Willingness, another aspect of that power of will, is the fuel for commitment. We are willing to follow this path, and so we commit to this path. Okay, so reading this story in Mark of Jairus' daughter brought to mind some questions. Am I choosing to wake up? Am I choosing to wake up to the beauty within, to wake up to the powers of love, of wisdom, of faith, of will? Am I choosing to see this life, this precious life, as a time to grow, to serve, to celebrate? Or am I choosing a slow death of numbness and distraction? Am I choosing to stay in the trance? Life doesn't end with the passing of the body, we know that, but perhaps the real question is, what are we choosing to do with our limited time in this earth suit, right? Stephen Charleston, I've shared this book with you before. He was once an Episcopal priest. He served as the resident theologian at Yale, traveled the world, learning from spiritual teachers and gurus, came back to his own indigenous spirituality and kind of merged everything he taught into it as well. So I'd like to read to you one of what he calls meditations, what I think of as points. Okay. The candles where I pray flicker to life one by one, each a small universe of hope in itself, bravely aflame with the desire to be fulfilled, glowing against the dark as if saying, I am here. I am here, let me live. I'm here, let me dream, let me grow, let me become. I light my candles because they embody not only the prayers, but the person. They are the spark of life within each of us. flickering within the air of the Spirit, shining into the cold expanse of space, repeating the ancient message, I am here. We are here. We are here, and we have a purpose really before us in this lifetime. The purpose that I recently saw written out, which I'm going to share with you, is from Reverend Steph St. Alvin. The lofty, sacred purpose before each of us is to be present for the moment before us and shine a light on the illusion that we are separate from one another or separate from Spirit. The gift you give the world today is your authentic and magnificent self. Okay, so I invite you to join me in our affirmation. Together, I use my power of will wisely, choosing life-affirming thoughts, words, and actions. And now we're going to move into a time of meditation. I invite you to go ahead and get comfy, adjusting your position as necessary, closing your eyes. And let's just follow the breath. As we inhale and exhale, allowing all the tension, all the walls that we may have built up to disappear, becoming fully present here and now. I will to be the light. I will to see the beauty within myself and with others. I will to wake up the powers of love, of faith, of wisdom within me. I will to be present to this moment. To not get caught up in the illusion of separation, but rather know deep down within me, I am one. I'm one with all creation. There is a spirit of love that connects me. At my source within, I am one with wisdom, with love, with spirit. I will to wake up. And as we go into a moment of silence, I'm going to bring back our daily word affirmation as an anchor for us to use. As a divine being, I am whole. I am holy. In the silence. continue to sit restfully, giving thanks for this time, I invite you to allow the words to the next song to either wash over you or join in as your heart dictates.
God of glory, God of power, God of goodness, God of grace, God of wisdom, God of love, God of life transcending time and space. God in me, God in me, God of glory, God of power, God of goodness, God of grace, God of wisdom, God of love, God of life transcending time and space, God in me, God in me, God of glory, God of power, God of goodness, God of grace, God of wisdom, God of love, God of life transcending time and space, God in me, God in me, God in me.
Thank you, thank you. Now, I invite you to join me in our prosperity affirmation. Did you get it? It didn't go. It still didn't go. Okay. Well, we'll just do it another way. Okay, here we go. Together, prosperity flows freely through our church, nourishing our ministry while enriching the lives we touch. We are grateful stewards of all that is given, using it wisely to create a legacy of love and service. It's up there we go. Okay. Another song. Oh, do you want to stand as we
I was going to say, if none of you want to stand up, y'all are just watching. Like the birds in the sky, like the dragonfly, like the trees listening, what lives in them lives in me. I am grateful to be breathing, heart beating, joyous and free. What lives in them lives in me. I am grateful to be breathing, heart beating, joyous and free. Even if hard times are all around me, well, I am grateful to be. I'm grateful. I am grateful to be breathing, heart beating, joyous and free. Even if hard times are all around me, I am grateful to be like a bird, like the birds in the sky, like the dragonfly, like the trees listening. What lives in them lives in me. I am grateful to be breathing, heart beating, joyous and free. Even if hard times are all around me, well, I am grateful to be. Yes, I am grateful to be. I am grateful to be.
Yes, please be seated. Woo! Love it, love it. Thank you so much. Now, we do have a few announcements today. It's good stuff, though. We have such good stuff coming up here. Our dinner and discussion is this coming Wednesday. It's not too late to sign up if you want to attend that. We'll be showing the last of the video series of Reverend Linda Martella Whitsett. This one is on the ability to stand firm. I'm not sure where she's going with that, but I'm very interested. Our sound bath is the first Wednesday of every month at 7 p.m. We're having is that the right date? That's supposed to be the Sunday in September. That's September 8th, a potluck. Just because we haven't had one for a while. And I missed them. So please mark that on your calendars. Our yoga classes start up on the 9th and the 10th. We have a flyer with more information. And thank you, Jan, so much for bringing that to Unity of Hagerstown. World Day of Prayer is on the same week, that Thursday. Let me go back to the yoga classes a little bit. There's a traditional yoga class offered Monday evening, chair yoga Tuesday afternoon, and then you get a great deal of 7 classes for $45. Is that what it was on the flyer? Oh, 5. Well, it's still a great deal for you. Yeah. So please, if you're interested, and you can say, I will to do yoga, come out and join me. Yep. Okay. World Day of Prayer. This is a Unity thing. They have 24 hours of prayer. On the flyer, again, the foyer, there's a link there that you can go to their opening service celebration. And that's free. You can just go attend that. And then the following day, after the 24 hours, on Thursday evening, we'll have a prayer service here in person. And then, of course, Zion Soup Kitchen is coming up once more. We'll pass this around, and if you feel like contributing either through service or through food items, that would be greatly appreciated. Thank you, Arnie. Okay. Now, we introduced a new song last week about the children, to bless the children going off to school. But I also want to use this as an opportunity to see the children coming here as well. And if you like, you can also sing it to that inner child within you. It's such a beautiful song, and I appreciate you guys learning it. So here we go.
I have a hard time singing. Strong, gentle So children, God made you beautiful, gave you the wisdom and power you need. Speak in the stillness all you are longing for. Live out your calling to love and to lead. Strong hurting children, angry and terrified, fear not the secrets your life has concealed. Though you are wounded, though you are not to blame, cry out your story till truth is revealed. Strong knowing children, utter your cry aloud. Honor the wisdom God gave you at birth. Speak to your elders till they have heard your voice. Sing out your vision of healing on earth. Sing out your vision of healing on earth.
Yeah, let's just take a moment and just collectively join our hearts, our minds, and just send out that blessing to the children in the area, across the nation, around the world, seeing them as that perfect expression of life, of wisdom, of love. Giving them a blessing as they go back to school, and an invitation to come join us here. And so it is. Amen. So this time we're going to say goodbye to our Facebook friends and hope to see you soon.